We're Todd and Andrea Foringer, and we've been foster parents with Miracle Hill a little over 5 years.
My name is Jackson Foringer. I was in foster care for more than 3 years, and I was adopted March 5th, 2021. I never really had like a stable male model, and when I met him, I was like, I could see myself looking up to him. Like, he's a really great guy.
Just hearing him tell his story and the things that he had gone through and the things that he had endured, and then you just see this kid who's got this positive attitude, and that's unique. Even in adults, that's unique. To go through the things that he's gone through, and at the end of the day, just be a happy guy who just wants an opportunity to be loved and wants a family.
When I describe him, I always say he is like the kindest kid you'll ever meet.
Now, with that being said, he is a teenage boy.
I don't think any human could let some stuff go, but I mainly think back to the Bible when God says the revenge is mine. It's not for me to get revenge on them. I'll just let God deal with it.
We had an empty house. We had a foster license. We didn't have any intention on fostering again. We'd had some bad experience, and we thought we were done. God knew we weren't done, so He brought Jackson into our lives, and after spending time with him, I was ready for Jackson to come stay with us, and it took a little bit longer for Andrea to get there.
My mind was going, okay, he's a great kid when you're visiting, but a teenage boy, for me to live with a teenage boy that I didn't raise, I was more hesitant. So I think it took me a little more time to trust just the occasional visits with Jackson, to know that that is truly who he is. When Todd would drive him back to the children's home, he always usually took him on his own. But one time I went with them, and when Jackson was getting out of that car going into the children's home, it was like a piece of my heart was going back into that building, and I thought, why am I sending my child in there? It was just that moment of, he should be with us.
I never had a normal life. I was always I had to live different. I never got to experience stuff a normal kid would get to experience. But the moment I got here, it's just it was just normal. There's nothing about it that's not normal. I just feel like I'm their son. It's I've been here since birth, kinda. That's what it feels like. It's kind of I just known them forever.
And I also think building trust is a challenge, because especially with teenagers, I didn't raise Jackson from an infant, and I know the choices that my biological children made are based on our family morals and our family upbringing. And so we started with him when he was 16, turning 17. And so you have to work through the challenge of trusting each other.
So when I was in this system, I didn't have anybody I could really call family. I like some people. I had some role models I could talk to, but I was just wanting someone I could love, something I could be a part of. Then once I got adopted, I got this huge family now, an Italian family. So they're coming out the woodworks, people I've never met. Oh, I'm your cousin, I'm this, I'm that. So I just love meeting all of it. So
being a foster parent is, without a doubt, the most challenging thing you will ever do in your life. It puts you to a point where you really have to rely on God. I mean, there's no other way to do it. It's helped change my faith, and it's also gotten me to a point where the little things just aren't as important as what I thought they were. And the little annoyances aren't that important. And it's given me empathy for children, for everybody, to see, hey, why do they act that way? Well, there's a reason they act that way. We just want to walk by and say a child shouldn't act that way, they shouldn't be doing that, but you got to dig a little deeper. So why are they doing that? What's their upbringing? And so it's allowed me to look beyond myself, look beyond my little world, and just be a little more empathetic to children. And I think it's definitely made me a better person, no doubt about it.
I agree. I think that's affected the two of us the same way. I mean, you just think you're not equipped for this, but it's made my faith stronger, because on my own I could never do it.
And the misconception when you bring a foster child, or especially a teenager, into your house is, especially one that's been in the system for a long period of time, they have this big old folder and they have this file, and everybody wants to think that that's them. and they want to associate the child with that file because they've been building this file, and the file is really just the bad things. They don't tell you all the good things. And so you have to get past the fact that that's not who that kid is. It's not who that child is. And you have to take the time to get to know that child.
Well, I don't think it's like, I mean, like the whole world has like a thing against teens, like, oh, they're the worst. But I think more of that is the file that the teen has to carry. That's what weighs everybody down. Even it weighed me down for a good point. Like, there's so much like crazy stuff in there. Like, you would think you're reading like a fictional story.
We just had a mutual instant love for each other and a good connection as part of the family. And it was just a joy to see him become a part of our family, even with our older 2 biological children. I mean, he's got 2 big brothers now. And it was just such a joy to see every day when we're together as a family that he feels like he's been with us his whole life.